What up, y'all? It's been a while since I did a video. And this is my raw self. I wanted to do this video to specifically talk about breastfeeding past the age of 1. My baby, he is 19 months, going on 2 years old, and I'm still going through the process of weaning him off of breastfeeding. Last night was the first night that I wouldn't allow him to breastfeed to go to sleep. And he literally cried for like 2 hours straight. And he didn't go to sleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I am extremely tired. My boobs hurt so bad. But I wanted to show y'all just how like this is literally draining. It is the best thing that you can do for your baby, but it's tiring. It's a lot. It really truly is a lot. You know, breast milk is very beneficial for your child. It boosts their immune system. It's very nutritious, especially when you first have them and you get that good colostrum. But I really believe that the reason why my baby didn't get a lot of sickness last year is because I breastfed him. And I'm still firm on that I believe that, you know, breast milk is going to keep him healthy, give him all the vitamins that he needs. He's still on formula because of his condition. I mentioned that in previous videos, that he has VL-clad, so he still has to take formula. And he gets his vitamins from there, but, you know, nothing beats mother's milk. But we're getting to that point where it's like, okay, we need to cut him off. He doesn't need it anymore. You know, I don't want to be walking on my wedding day in 5 to 6 months and I'm engorged with milk and him crying because he wants to breastfeed, you know. So we're starting that process, but here's the struggle. We're in an apartment right now. We don't move into the house until 4 weeks, and it's like, you know, you can't have them crying because you have neighbors and you're being considerate of your neighbors, and no neighbor wants to hear a baby crying at, you know, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. They just don't. So that's an issue. Another issue is when I'm working for so long, ever since COVID hit, and I was here by myself. Like now, look, see, he wants some now. Like, that's how it is when I work. And when COVID hit, when COVID hit, I told my grandmother not to come back anymore because, you know, we just didn't want to risk it. Patrick is still going to work. And the only way that I would keep him quiet is by breastfeeding him. No. And you see, like, how he goes up and he wants to whip it out and pull it out to breastfeed. See? Like, this is my life every day. And to keep him quiet, I have to. And now he's quiet because he's on the boob. That's my life every day. And I don't think there's enough out there to really talk for mothers on how stressful it can be to breastfeed. It's a beautiful thing. It's an amazing bonding opportunity for you and your child. It's a bond like no other. But it is mentally and physically draining when you're breastfeeding. It really is. And when you're breastfeeding as a mom, you forget about yourself. Your only concern is your baby and taking care of your baby. And you lose yourself. And I've lost myself in these past few months. I really truly have. I just been focused on everything else. I've been focused on my son. I've been focused on work and stressing about work. I've been focused on us getting in a house and then the wedding, and I just completely lost myself. And then when you add on trying to wean a child, wean your baby off of breastfeeding, it's a lot. I mean, it really is a lot. You don't want to see your baby cry. You don't. So when he's sitting there screaming for bloody murder at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, what can you do? And a lot of times they really don't talk about in this is that breastfeeding for a lot of babies it's a comforting mechanism. So it's hard trying to find another form of comfort for your baby, because all your baby wants is mommy. That's all your baby wants. He wants mom. He doesn't, he or she doesn't want anything else but you. So I legit tried everything possible. I tried Levies. I tried different blankets. I tried different pacifiers. He's never been a pacifying baby. He did, do the pacifier a little bit. And I mean a little bit when he was like 3 to 4 months old. And then after that, he didn't really fool with the pacifier no more. So it is legit look like he's still trying, like he wants to come back. He keeps coming back. It's like I feel like a cow. I legit feel like a cow. And he's almost 2. I see people that breastfeed their child until they're like 4 or 5 years old, and I'm like, how in God's green earth can you do that? Like, how? Like there's no fathom way that I will be breastfeeding for that long unless I have another child. And even when we do decide to have another little one, I would not repeat what I did with Blaze. I wouldn't. I would still breastfeed, but it wouldn't be where it's like breast and formula. It would be he'll breastfeed, but I will be pumping a lot, and he'll be getting a lot of that milk out of a bottle. Because now the struggle is that he doesn't want to drink out of a bottle. And I mean, he doesn't need to be drinking out of a bottle, but like his milk, he doesn't like it. And I tested it out. I pumped milk last night and put it in a bottle, and he didn't want it. Put it in a sippy cup, he didn't want it. So that just clarified for me that it's a comfort thing for him. So I had to figure out different forms of comfort, different kind of lullabies, different kind of lubbies to help him. But once we get in the house, it will be full force weaning, and I truly think it will get better, because when we get in the house, I'm gonna get a really good monitoring system to put in his room, and he's gonna start sleeping in his room, because now in our room he has his pack and play, and he sleeps in that, and it's elevated because sometimes he has night terrors, but it's elevated, and he can crawl out of that and get into bed with us and sleep in the bed, and he has easy access to my boobs. So the only way that he will get weaned off of that is if he's in his own room, in his own bed, and learning how to fall back to sleep himself without mommy and daddy. So fingers crossed that that will happen. But again, just to recap, I wanted to do this quick video on breastfeeding. 1, it's very beneficial for your child. Don't let anyone tell you that breast milk is not beneficial for your child, because it is very beneficial for your child. 2, breastfeed as long as you want, but I would recommend don't breastfeed past 1, because now they're becoming demanding. They know what they want, and they want mommy's milk, and they want mommy's boob. Do not do that. 3, remember to take care of yourself, because before you were a mom, you were just yourself and took care of yourself, and then you lose yourself. Those are my 3 top advice for young mothers, for mothers in general that are going through this process of breastfeeding, or you're pregnant and you're wanting to know more on breastfeeding. Don't be afraid of breastfeeding, but have a plan in place of how you want to go about with breastfeeding and when you want to stop. Don't become lazy. That's what happened with me. I got very lazy. In the middle of the night, I didn't want to get up out of that bed. Let's just be real. I didn't want to get up out of that bed and go fix him a bottle. It's just easy to say boop, boop, and you both go back to sleep. And you don't have to worry about it no more. Don't do that. Because then it gets very, very hard. And then a lot of tears will be shed. Not just with your child, with you. As you can clearly see, like, look at myself. Look at me. This is from the rough night I had last night. And I wanted to show y'all that. I didn't want to get all dolled up. I wanted to show you the raw, real me. And the raw realness of being a mom. Stay tuned for more content. Definitely more content is coming. Make sure you follow and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down at the bottom. A lot of big things are coming. The big home reveal vlog will be coming in the next, next month or so. You guys will be seeing that. And then once we get in the house, there will be a lot more content coming. So stay tuned.